Hey, what is up, you guys? Sierra here, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Red TV Plays. Today, you guys, I'm bringing you a new series on my channel. It's Division 2 for beginners. If you guys are brand new to the Division 2, I made this video for you guys so that you can understand the basics of the Division 2 and even some other things like builds and everything. So if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Let's try to get 25 likes on this video, and also my goal is 25 subscribers. So let's try to reach that and stuff. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So right now you're going to be creating your very first character. So first thing you're going to want to do is choose either a guy or a girl. There's tons and tons of options to make your character, or you can just hit randomize character. Holding square is actually a good idea. You can actually find some kind of random character with a random face and stuff like that. But if you want, there is options. You can choose what face you want and all that stuff. So you can also change your skin color, eye color. You can even change the hair to whatever you want, short, long, bald, whatever, and even change the hair color to whatever you choose. And then you can pick any type of like scar. You can have like scars on your character. Um, Whatever you choose for that one. If you want it, go ahead and put it on. Or you can have face paint, um, which is pretty. Some of them are pretty cool. Tattoos on your neck. You can have them on your arms and legs too. Top ones go on your left side. The bottom ones go on the right side. So there's a bunch of really cool ones there. And then there's also the clothes that you pick out. There's not a lot of good options, but just pick whatever suits you for your character. And then that's pretty much all you do, is that you pick your clothes and your character and all that stuff. And then eventually you go down to confirm character. Now, when you go down to your character, you hold the X button to accept your character, and then you go right straight into the game. So that's basically how character creation is. And then you start the prologue. So right after you start the prologue, you have to follow Agent Sanders. So you go ahead and do that. And then you have to follow her, and there's an alarm that got triggered, so you gotta go see what's going on. You gotta kill some enemies and also protect Agent Dela Cruz. So make sure that you do that. Take your time, stay in cover, and you'll be absolutely fine. So the best part about this game is the environments. You're in Washington D.C. and it takes place 7 months after the first game. The first game was all about New York City, but on here it's a whole new environment, and I do like it. Looks especially great on PS5. The 4K on it, 60 frames a second, just looks absolutely amazing. So I would suggest playing it on PS5. If you guys got a PS5, download it. It's just absolutely stunning. So, um, here's a cutscene, like, after everything, um, after you kill the enemies. Pretty short. You drag Agent Dela Cruz in, and then this starts a cutscene, and then afterwards, um, that's pretty much it. Then you just make your way towards the base of operations, and then that's pretty much it. But other than that, this game is pretty simple to pick up and go. And I just like that about this game. I do apologize if I keep clearing my throat. But anyway, I just wanted to say that this game is absolutely fun to play, especially when you're playing with your friends and stuff. I do like the environment, and even though I don't understand the story some, but I do like everything about Division 2 in its own way. So, yeah, there's the cutscene like right after that one. It tells a little bit of, talks about 7 months later after the events in New York City, and so on. And then there's the title screen, and then here you go. You make your way to the White House area, base of ops, whatever you want to call it. And be aware that on your way there will be some enemies you do have to eliminate. Stay in cover when possible, and then you'll be fine. Um, you will get some really good. You'll get your first loot after you kill enemies along the way. It's always important to stay in cover when going against enemies. Unless if you have weapons that are close combat, like shotguns. And if you don't like waiting for your weapon to reload, use your pistol or your secondary. You always start off with a assault rifle, shotgun, and a pistol. And then later on you'll get some better gear, later on when you progress. So yeah, these enemies are pretty straightforward, so you can just eliminate them and eliminate them pretty quickly. So, you do get your first loot, and it's a white loot, and I think that's called just common or uncommon. I really don't remember, but there is different types of loot in the game. I will explain that in the next video, because they are color coded. They go from white to green, blue, purple, and then gold. And then the rarest weapons usually are red. But anyway, we're already here at the lawn, the location right here, and you gotta eliminate all the enemies in the area. And then you'll be able to go into the base of operations, and you have to go upstairs and talk to the coordinator of the base of ops. And then that's pretty much it. And then everything else is just straightforward from there as well. So, after you kill these last enemies and stuff, that's when you'll be able to head right straight in. You'll also level up a little bit. You also level up to level 2. And then when you start your first mission, Grand Washington Hotel, after you complete it, you'll be level 3. And then you'll move on up from there. So I eliminated my last enemy, and I advanced right straight into the base of operations. So there you go, you just walk in through the gate, and then while it pops in, like a little bit of a cutscene, shows the navigation and stuff, and then voila, base of operations. So throughout the game and progression and stuff, you will get upgrades to your vendors and stuff by leveling up. Your vendors right now aren't good ones. They only show like green, white gear, but later on when you progress, it will advance to other colors and stuff, like yellow and stuff like that. So after you talk to the coordinator, you go downstairs, talk to the quartermaster, you unlock your very first skill. And then you have a bunch to choose from. Each skill has a variant, like assault turret, crusader shield, hive reviver, hive stinger, etc. And you pick whatever that you want to use for your first skill. My all-time favorite is hive reviver because it keeps you alive. It instantly gets you up, and you can do a lot more um, with that, and it really helps you if you're in a group and stuff. Shield Crusader is worth it if you're using a weapon, and it protects you from incoming damage. And I chose Crusader Shield as my very first one. So yeah, here's an example of the vendor. See, there's some green and there's a blue in there. So you can go outside and you can go speak with the pilot. So when you head straight on out through the gate of the base, you can talk to a pilot that's called the New York pilot. Here, if you bought Worlds in New York, you have boosting. You can boost your character straight up to the level 30 by clicking and holding the X button when prompted at the pilot, and it will show that you can instantly jump your character from level, uh, you know, all the way to 30. So what that means is every skill variant and everything will unlock. You don't have to do all the side missions. You don't have to progress through the main missions and everything. But here's the thing though, if you do that with your first character, you won't understand what the story is. And it is important to do all that, to just advance all the way to level 30 manually, because it is, yeah, it's real important to understand the story first, and then you can do that on other characters. If you decide to make set 2, 3, or your fourth character, just do that, okay? So, um, after you do that, then you can go straight to the theater settlement. Now, you do have to run there manually because you cannot fast travel at all. Um, so, along the way, there will be some enemies in your path, and eliminate them, stay in cover, and then you just keep moving forward. It will grant you a little bit of XP if you uh, make your way there. It's always fun while you're traveling to kill enemies that's in the street. Getting XP is real important, so you can just go from there and stuff like that. The other thing to keep in mind too, if you're using any type of offensive skill like Hive Stinger or Assault Turret, use that. It can literally make things better for you. But if you're using defensive like Hive Reviver and a shield, using that also is worth it. But using Hive Reviver, you don't have to like push any button to bring it out unless if you're reviving a teammate on your in your group. So yeah, don't bring it out on anyone but your teammate. But if you're by yourself solo, then you can pretty much just not bring it out for yourself. It's automatically activates for you. So when you make it to the settlement, you gotta talk to the person that's in charge of that. Her name is Odessa Sawyer, and your mission is to go rescue her daughter, Eleanor. So that's basically your first mission goal right there, is rescue her daughter. Now, when you arrive at the theater settlement, you basically can go check out the vendors, projects, whatever. Um, there's basically a lot of things you can do here, but not more than the base of operations. You can just basically check out some of the vendors while you're here, and also, explore around and stuff like that. So, right after you talk to Odessa, then she'll send you right straight to your mission. So, your map is really important. It's your best friend because it will help you out find your destination. It's always important to look at the map if you don't know where you're going. You can even fast travel to that destination if you have it unlocked. Um, you cannot fast travel if you're starting your first mission, but after you complete it, fast travel will be available to you at all times. So, playing missions with your friends also grants you a little XP, but if you have a friend that's already level 40 and has worlds in New York, they can join you and you can gain a lot of XP from leveling up. There's a boosting method that goes on where it raises your level um, from 1 to like I think 29 or 39 or something like that. And what it does is it literally grants you XP to level up for the next 20 levels, and then you can just advance from there. It may be confusing, but I'll explain that later on in the next video. So your map is really important to follow if you don't know where you're going. And then, if you're wondering what those toxic logos are on your map, those are dark zones. Now, dark zones are where you can find some really good gear there. Usually, it depends on what gear that you're hunting for, but you also need to be aware of rogue agents. Rogue agents are literally players that go rogue, and there is some PvP involved in that in those areas. So be aware before you go in. Have a good build, and then uh, basically go from there. But I wouldn't suggest going in there your first time unless if you have a really good build and stuff, and if you have people with you as well. Alright, so the next part is we arrived at Grand Washington Hotel. And the next part, you go in, and then there are some enemies located outside. After you eliminate those enemies, you head inside, make your way towards the atrium. Now, it's always important to stay in cover um, if your health is low and stuff. And always restock your ammo. Those blue crates on the floor are restock crates. You push square button and it restocks your ammo. Always do it whenever you are low, because low ammo is a really big no-no on the Division 2, and it is important to restock when possible. So this mission takes at least 10 to 15 minutes to complete, while other missions, they are usually faster and stuff, but Grand Washington is absolutely easy to get through. So you're making your way upstairs, and you're already into the atrium right here. And then at the end of the mission, towards the end of the mission, you do have to come back here. There is some enemies, and you'll also have to use that turret up there to also kill enemies and unlock a door by blasting it open with the turret. And it is pretty easy whenever you do eliminate Saint. He's the boss of this level. Saint is really easy to eliminate and stuff. So if you do use an offensive skill, bring it out. You can eliminate an enemy pretty faster. So I eliminated my last enemy, and then you head through this door, and you should make your way up the stairs. And then you head on to the next area. There will be some more enemies throughout the next few minutes. Some of them will have like 2 to 3 enemies, but you will see like a bunch of shooting that happens like on the wall, and that's where you start killing enemies from a balcony area. And then after that, it just gets easier and simpler and stuff like that. And then you just go from there. So just take your time through it, and you should be fine. So, if you guys are wondering, you know, what the point, why some of these enemies are literally running towards you, they're called rushers. Some of them will have shock batons or regular batons, and then there are heavy enemies. One of them will literally have a chainsaw. The other one will have a sledgehammer, and the biggest ones you have to look for is called suicide bombers. Now those will highly damage you right there. So always use your armor kits by holding the right directional button on your controller. And also, yeah, just like what I'm doing right now, you have a few slots of armor on you right now. The maximization when you hit the higher levels will be 6 slots of armor, and armor kits are the most important thing to keep you alive. So always hit the right directional button if you're low on ammo as well. So we're heading through this door here and going to the next area, and I think this is the part where, yep, this is it right here, where you have to kill the enemies on that balcony. There is quite a few. There's some they are really easy to kill, so you don't have to worry about difficulty on the enemies. Everything is automatically set to normal difficulty. Usually it's a little bit different when you're playing on heroic difficulty, and I will explain global difficulty in one of the other parts of the video. So after you kill the enemies there, you head upstairs, take the elevator, and then you head on to the next part, and then you just make your way to the roof. And that's where you go against Saint. So, alright, after you get out from the elevator, you open the door, you slide the door open, and that's where things get a little easier from there. You head to the next area, excuse me, you head to the next area, and then that's where, that's where everything gets easier. So, these enemies are called hyenas. There's different factions in the game. There is a couple that return from Division 1. Cleaners and rockers are in the game. There's also hyenas. There's hyenas, cleaners, black tusk, and a whole bunch of other factions, but I gotta tell you guys, Black Tusk, they are the most annoying because they are the most toughest enemies. You're playing on heroic difficulty, and believe me, Black Tusk are the most annoying. They will literally bring out every soldier out on you. It's just crazy. It really is. It's really crazy, and sometimes some of their armor is thick. So, yeah, just a warning to you guys if you decide to play on heroic. But make sure you have a really good build. So, there's some areas that has 2 to 3 enemies, so eliminate them. Collect what you can, like intel and stuff like that. There is no collection trophy, collectible trophy in this game, so you don't have to worry about that. And then, if you're wondering what this little box is for, like if you go outside when you've reached the roof, there's a little box here called a hyena lockbox. Those are only open through faction keys. There are many types of boxes that you can find that uses a certain type of faction key. So the only way to find those is through an underground area. And I will show you what that is, you guys, in a later video. So before you go against Saint, make sure that you restock your ammo. And if your skill's in cooldown mode, give it some time to come back. So, this is actually my favorite area right here to spawn at, and also eliminate the enemies and take cover. So, try this out and stuff. And I jumped over the rail, and I made my way in front of the enemies, and started eliminating them one by one. And then up top there will be some enemies that will come through that door up there. And then Saint will eventually come out after you eliminate a certain amount of enemies. So from there, there he is right there, Saint's coming. So there is some enemies that will run. There will be some that takes cover, so eliminate every single one that tries to jump down and stuff like that. So as you see here, this is what a Crusader shield does. So a Crusader shield, you pop it out and you use your weapons to eliminate enemies with it. It's basically an offensive defensive thing. It protects you while you're shooting. So that's one of my favorite parts about the shield. It just absolutely helps you right there and protects you from any type of damage. However, it won't protect your back, but at least it will protect your front and everything else. But other than that, it's really worth, this skill's really worth it, you guys. So try it out if you want. Very soon I'm going to bring out some builds based on the shield, and then go on from there. So, as you see right there, I just killed Saint. And then, got my very first green loot, which is a mask. Make sure that you also equip all of new stuff that you get. It's real important to do that. And then, after you kill all the enemies in the area, you rescue Eleanor Sawyer. So, after a prompt that says, return to Atrium, you head on straight through these doors back here. You take the elevator down. You can restock if you want to before going into the elevator, but I didn't need to. I had plenty of ammo. And this is the best part right here. You just head down, and then you use that turret, kill enemies. But be sure to take breaks on shooting the turret because it will go into cooldown mode. It takes like 20 seconds or so for it to cool down. So as you see, I'm taking little frequent breaks. I made a mistake of not taking a break on that last part. So it's real important to always let it have a little bit of a break. After you shoot your last enemy, that's where mission is complete, and you should be leveled up by now. So you will be level 3 after this mission's ended. After you reach level 3, you head back to the theater settlement, talk to Odessa Sawyer again, and then there should be a cutscene that pops up. Then 4 more missions are for the settlement. So, after you complete every single mission in the game, you get a skill unlock, and you also get an upgrade for settlement. So, as you see here, I leveled up my character, and she's already level 3 now. I also got a field proficiency cache for leveling up. You will get those even when you're leveling up to 30. But the good news is, right after you reach 40, if you have warlords, after you reach 40 and stuff, then you do get all sorts of stuff and everything. So it's really cool when you reach, uh, you know, reach level 40. So I made it back to the theater, and Odessa's really mad. Odessa's really mad and stuff. So, I do apologize for my throat, you guys. My throat's been a little scratchy this morning. Me talking and stuff like that, you know. So sorry about my voice and stuff like that. But I do have to say, though, when you do return to Odessa and you start doing those other missions, just take your time through them. You'll be unlocking 4 new missions for the settlement. And then after you do, that's where things get a little bit better. But you'll only have 2 missions to do at your level. You'll be doing Viewpoint and Jefferson Trade Center. So just, just start leveling up yourself. Start doing those missions and stuff, and then afterwards you'll be fine. So, if you're kind of wondering about Jefferson Trade, that's actually the best place to get exotics, depending on the loot there, and stuff. I mean, it's absolutely fun to get loot and farm and stuff like that. When you get later into the game, it's just very fun and stuff. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what those little yellow triangles are, that means you get a skill point for doing them, so make sure you save those up. If you were also wondering on your map what the red was, that means you have to be a certain level to do that mission, so make sure to do level 3 missions first and all that. This right here is also your social tab. You can invite friends to your group. It's real important to make sure that there are people online. If that little line on the side of their name is gray, that means they're offline. But if it's green, then they're online. So always be aware of that. And there is your progression tab. It shows the progression, your collectibles, um, your commendations, and to the right is your leaderboards, which isn't important, to be honest. I don't know why everybody likes leaderboards so much. I don't like them whatsoever. But none of that is really important. Commendations, they unlock patches for your character that you can put on and stuff. Pretty cool. Um, But anyway, this is your inventory tab where you can change your gears, your skills if they're unlocked. Um, Also make some builds, open your field proficiency caches, and so on and so forth. Um, so yeah, that's basically everything to Division 2. Your stats menu is real important when you make a build, so make sure that you look, um, keep track of your stuff. I will be uploading a build video pretty soon. Probably tonight I will. Um, and we'll go from there. Um, so I hope and pray that this video helped you all out there. And if it did, then leave a comment. And let me know what kind of videos that you guys want to see later on Division 2. If you guys want to see some gameplay of League play, if you guys want some kind of build video, let me know, and I'll make sure to make a video of that eventually. Um, so yeah, I don't know really what else to say after that. I pretty much explained everything already in this video. But if you do like this video, you guys, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And yeah, so subscribe to my channel, you guys. Leave a like on this video. And if you want to, follow me on Twitter at RedTVPlays. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great weekend.